Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Diablo 4 video. Well, the game is just about to come out in just a few days. You need to be prepared for your Paragon board. Today, I'm going to show you how you can build the best Paragon board without making any mistakes at all. Yep, I got you covered. So let's go. Once again, thanks for watching everybody. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. If you're just breezing past this channel, you're wondering, well, who is Karpo? Well, I'm the type of dude that watch a ton of different videos from a ton of different content creators and watch a lot. I'm talking about Woodhull, Magic Gaming, Don the Crown, Riker, Rax, and even smaller YouTubers, if that's what you want to call them, like Hog. It doesn't mean they don't know their stuff. Don't mean they don't have the knowledge just because they don't have subs, you know? So I gather all that information as well as mine, and I give it to you, and I think I found an excellent way so you can make no mistakes to building your Paragon board. Now, of course, we're talking about in-game, right? Here, we're going to explain magic nodes, we're going to explain rare nodes, glyphs, as well as how to not make mistakes a lot of people will make at the start once they hit level 50. Now, of course, everything is going to be color coordinated. We're going to be using a whole bunch of different sites for this as well. First, let's talk about glyphs. Here's going to be your first main personal choice. Everybody's going to start off on the same Paragon board. And depending on the glyph that you choose and the effects that you're going to get, that very first one that you choose is going to be extremely important, as well as when you get these glyphs later on. For me, I'm showing you what I'm absolutely 100% going to take the very first time: efficiency. Why? Because we want to get a 50% bonus to rare nodes within range. And we have a nice little bonus effect as well. This is what it's going to look like in game. So it's not really going to look like this on the website, but it's going to look like that when you start playing. But it's relatively the same thing, right? We have two rare nodes over here, one for damage and one for armor. Pretty nice, am I right? 50% bonus to both of these. But also we have an imbuement effect, but they don't really tell you exactly how to meet those requirements. And that's why we're going to the next board over here. And like I said, I'll leave a link down below to all these different Diablo planners. So I am going to come over here to the next website at Diablo 4 builds, and I'm gonna plug in the same thing, efficiency rare graph, because it shows you the requirements. Within a radius is 25 intelligence in order to meet the additional bonus. So for me, when I first get here, and whenever I hit a glyph, I'm gonna make sure I hit the bonus requirements as well. So we're gonna need at least 25 intelligence. So let's do that. Now remember, it has to be within range. That one right there is out of range, so we're not going to be using that intelligent. Now this one over here is +7. Now between all of these different nodes, we've actually met the requirement and exceeded it, but these are all of the nodes that are in range as well. So we're going over here to the My Diablo Field calculator, and same thing, we have everything right here, same glyph, but as you can see, they also show the requirements: purchasing radius and your requirements that have been met. So between all of these different websites, you can kind of get a feel for what you're going to do in the future, and I highly suggest you start building out your board. It is extremely important for you to do this so you can save yourself some time and save yourself some gold, so you won't have to come back and try to get a different glyph that you might like in the future that you otherwise didn't get. You could have got it early on. Now remember, 50% bonus to all nodes in range with efficiency. I think everybody should be taking this right here in this node, because we can get damage and we can get armor. Who doesn't want more damage? Who doesn't want more armor? And on top of that, you can also meet the requirements, at least for the rogue, with the intelligence. But that's not for everybody. Everybody's going to be different depending on your class and depending on what glyph you take and depending on what type of bonus requirements you want to meet. Alright, so that's how glyphs are going to work. Now let's talk about board attachments. Me, I'm going with Eldritch Bounty. Why? Because I want to not only hit the legendary glyph, but also hit some of the rare and non-rare nodes and then get out of here. But you also want to do it the most efficient way, and that's where the board attachment comes into play, and rotating the board as well, right? You want to be efficient, you want to hit your nodes, you want to hit your glyphs, and also get the bonuses out of them as well. So you really do need to plan ahead. And this is the path that I'm going to take, because one, it's the fastest way to get to my next legendary node. Two, I can hit the glyphs that I want to get. And three, I'm going to save myself some time by doing this before the game launches. So I highly suggest, no matter what class you plan, come over here. I'll leave a link down below to all the different boards that you can play around with and figure out exactly what path you're going to take 100% before the game comes out, so you won't have any time wasted. Of course, you're going to have to get to level 50, which will take time, and then you have to get the Paragon points, will take time, but you're going to save yourself a ton of time by not even have to worry about your build, worrying about your notes or anything. Now, once you flip it, you see right here, it's a long way to get to where I want to go. So to avoid the mistake of wasting time as well as gold by not picking the right Paragon path and flipping the right board, make sure you come in the right way, attach your board the right way, so you can hit not only your legendaries, not only your glyphs, but also your rare nodes as well, but doing it the most efficient way so you won't have to backtrack, save you time and a ton of gold as well. So this is how I'm going to be building out my next node. Now, of course, I'm not going to go through my whole build or anything like that. This is videos to help you learn about Paragon boards and how you can save time as well as gold. Now let's talk about the levels as well as the glyph clusters. Over here, I am picking this specific rare glyph because it fits in perfectly with this board. Nowhere else on these boards does it really fit in like it does right here. For every 5 dexterity purchase within range, I'm going to get cutthroat skills damage, right? So let's count this out. It's a little 5 nodes over here. If I count out everything and I plug in every node, it's only 30, including the rare node as well. But here's the thing. I'm over here for multiple reasons. Not only does this glyph fit in perfectly over here, not only can I hit the bonuses over here, but I also can hit the rare glyph that I want to get as well, which is damage to elites. So let's go back over here to my build calculator and let's plug in this again. As you can see, you have different levels, you have different glyphs that you can choose. Each one of these will have different requirements for you to meet if you want the bonus requirement. The first initial requirement, you're going to get it, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you want the second requirements, which are really huge, you need to make sure you plug in these glyphs in the right board, in the right spot, so you can get the maximum amount of damage and our bonuses from your glyphs. Hopefully I'm explaining everything rather easy and well. I try to do these things in layman's terms so everybody can learn and you can be, knowledgeable about these things. Like I said, I watch a lot of people videos, read a lot of articles, and I compile all that information and then bring it to a video like this. So even though I may not have the subs or even the views, I know what I'm talking about, my dude. And if you're watching this video, hey, the knowledge that you gather from here will definitely help you out. So back over here to this Paragon board where we wanted to meet our requirements, and we plugged this over here on purpose because not only can we meet the requirements, but also we can get this amazing glyph for damage for elites. Remember, it's super important for you to pick out your path, get the right glyph in the right spot so you can hit the right requirements, because all of these different requirements are not on every board. But I have a ton of dexterity in this spot right here and I can meet the requirements, which is pretty cool. And I also have damage to elites, which is one of the main reasons why I'm over here. So bam, there it is right there. Damage to elites is done. I got some pretty good damage, but also I can hit my requirements. And here comes the next part of the video. The levels to these glyphs will also determine your power, how much damage you're going to get, and all kind of other good stuff like that. But it's about in-game. You'll be able to get these different materials to level up your glyphs only from in-game activities like Nightmare Dungeon. So this is well into the future after you hit level 50 before you level these up. So I wouldn't even really worry about leveling them up. Just make sure you got your path down and everything's in the right spot. So when you do come back to leveling these up, all you have to do is level them up and just pick whichever one you level up, saving yourself a ton of time and a ton of gold, So the way it's gonna work, as you can see right here, you look to the left hand side of the screen, My cutthroat skill is now at 36%. It was at 20%, and that is at level 5. Right, so depending on what glyph you choose and where you plug in that glyph on your Paragon board is extremely important. You do not want to make these mistakes before the game launch. So I'll leave a link down below to all of these different build calculators. Play around with it and have some fun before the game launches so you won't make any mistakes when it comes to your Paragon board. But for right now, that's pretty much going to for the video. I hope you truly enjoyed it. As always, if you're new to the channel, how you doing and welcome. And don't forget to subscribe right here at Karpo Gaming for a wide variety of videos range from updates, tips and tricks, guides and news, and a whole lot more. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you everybody for all your love and support. And as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.